Hi guys, this is Mr. Assassin and I'm here today to do the 7 Deadly Sins chapters 313, 314, 15 and 16. So 4 chapters. Uh, right off the bat, I didn't have time to do any chapter reviews this past week, and I've been very busy. I've been moving out, trying to get a new apartment. Anyway, um, the thing was that I didn't have any time. So without wasting any more time right now, let me just jump right in. So, we left off when Gunther was fighting Diane. And we see that Diane in her human form, she is very agile. She dodges all of Gunther's arrows, and she is able to best Gunther. The next thing is that Meliodas and Merlin step in. Gunther is very upset with himself. He tells them to lock himself up and practically throw away the key. He ends up giving the memories back to Julia and her brother, so everything turns out to normal, except for the fact that Merlin takes the magic power from Gunther, and we see Gunther's real form is actually a doll. So that explains a lot. If Gunther is a doll, he cannot die, and in the fight with the Holy Knights, we could see that Gunther was injured, but he was still going. He couldn't be stopped. So that's the big reveal, that Gunther is a doll made by a very powerful wizard. We don't know who that wizard is, but it's very interesting. Now, Elizabeth has a dream about Meliodas, and in this dream Meliodas is mature, and he looks exactly like in the wanted poster. However, we then jump to the Ten Commandments, to the demons, and they are analyzing a castle, the same castle that Meliodas blew many years ago, that Hendrickson and the Holy Knights knew about. That's why they feared Meliodas. So they were analyzing this castle, and we see a guy, one of the Ten Commandments, that actually looks exactly like Meliodas in the one poster. So apparently there's some bad blood over there. He could be Meliodas' brother, we don't know, whatever, we'll get to see. Then we jump back to Merlin and the 7 Deadly Sins, and Merlin is checking on the status of Castle Camelot and the Camelot Kingdom, and she senses a great magical power heading to Camelot, so she teleports the entire inn right above Camelot, and we can see a very huge giant, whatever. He's actually a giant called Albion. These giants were used by the demon kind in the war from such a long time ago. I don't know, maybe 3,000 years ago, whatever. So these giants were used in the war, and the power level of the giant is 5,500. So it's actually stronger than any of them. So Merlin actually gives Meliodas weapon, his sacred treasure, and the sacred treasure, it's named Lost Vein or something like that, and it's a demon splitting sword. So right off the bat, Meliodas takes the sword and he's able to cut the arm of this demon, and with ease, and then the demon does like 5 powerful shots, blasts towards Meliodas. Meliodas makes some kind of clones that has to be explained, because nobody explained how Meliodas cloned himself 5 times, so he can do the full counter on each 5 explosions, and destroys the demon. So with the sword, with his treasure, Meliodas is actually more powerful than 5,500. And of course, Merlin says that they still have to talk about giving back Meliodas that. We don't know what that is, but if Merlin gave Meliodas treasure back so easily, and she's keeping on something not to give him something, then that something, whatever it may be, you can see that it's very very powerful. That Merlin doesn't want Meliodas to have it just yet, and I think that's those are the 4 chapters. It's been a lot of fight, not anything new. Oh yeah, there's something else. Uh, we go back to Bam and King in the fairy forest, and we see that when the Fountain of Youth existed, the forest was drawing its energy from the fountain. But right now, since there is no fountain, Bam has to come every few years and feed the forest with his blood in order for it to grow, because his blood is magical in nature. He's an immortal now because he has the power of the fountain. So he is quote unquote nourishment for the forest, and King is supposed to be the rightful king, but he's not voted in yet, and that was practically supposed to happen, but another giant just stepped in the forest, and this giant is not like the last one. The last one that Meliodas fought was fat. Let's call it fat, a fat giant. This one is very skinny, but same height and probably even more powerful. Who knows? So that's the review. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.
Any rational society would either kill me or put me to some use.